Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Can you all hear me okay? I have to comb my hair. You're asking about the bread. Yeah. No, I hadn't plugged it in. Sorry, y'all. I was listening to music and chilling over here. And then I had to go get the mimosa. So, my apologies. How y'all doing? The light is just like washing me out a little bit, ain't it? Gotta work on that lighting. Is it better this way? I don't know. Let's see. I like it better this way. I'm weird. Okay, here we go. Hey, Maria. T. Let me move the chat over here. I'm not seeing it properly and I'm just like, let me get all y'all's chat over here. Hi. All you lovely, lovely humans right here. Thank you for showing up always and just making it better. You are all so lovely. And I'm gonna miss you so much. Do y'all know that song? The song where it goes, it's a tragedy for me to say the dream is over, and I never will forget the day we met. Girl, I'm gonna miss you. You must know that song. It's a tragedy for me to say. Who sang it? Was it Milli Vanilli? Was it one of the Milli Vanilli songs? And I never will forget the day we met. Girl, I wanna miss you. Ooh. Na, wasting my time. Is it graduation? I don't even know, but we're here. And we're gonna... Y'all get a hair comb. And you're gonna get earrings. So, I'm primping up for you all. Hey, Maria. Hey, Pixie. I was sitting here munching on Japanese rice snacks and in my multicolored shirt from earlier today. All right, here we go. Now I feel a little bit more presentable. Is it Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You by Milli Vanilli? I called it. I just remember them with their dreadlocks and going there. I'm gonna miss you. I just don't know what I should do. I know, right? That scandal broke my heart, man. It's a tragedy for me to say the dream is over, and I never will forget the day we met. Girl, I'm gonna miss you. Ooh. Stefan. Oh, hi, Stefan. I haven't seen you in a while, and today you catch me acting a fool on Twitch. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna check on my YouTube, make sure the live is streaming okay, and then we can get our party started. How have you all been? I mean, I was still bummed to Milli Vanilli. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. I will still do it. They crack me up. But we were so into them. Like, it was like, it's a tragedy for me to say. Alright, let me get this on here so I can hear what I sound like. It's still so trippy to me. But we're here. Oh, you got the YouTube too, Belle. Yes, thank you. Well, my friends, by popular request, I'm gonna get a little bit tipsy. My username, oh yes, Pixie, I'm on there. My username is the same everywhere. Nisey Reads, one word. Cheers, my friends. It's been beautiful. It's been utterly wonderful. I know we are having this little funeral, but I hope we find a way to keep things going. Y'all have become a beautiful part of my day, of my week, and I can't even process it. Oh my God. This is my audition for Real Housewives of California. I can't process it. How could it come to such an end? And we just started. Blame it on the lose, just get loose. Blame it on the just the blame it on the You know, I'm gonna sing. If I know the song, I'm gonna sing it. April, hit me. Hi, Puerto. Yeah. I still can't believe it. It's so funny because the timing just works so well. In my mind, this is just, we're breaking for the weekend as usual, right? It is breaking for the weekend as usual. Anyway, my darlings, let me clean up my pens. And just can't lose. How y'all doing? April, where's your bread? Well, let me tell you. I was gonna post a video because I recorded what I made with the bread. So what happened was, y'all saw me break open one of the loaves, right? Well, that loaf like mysteriously disappeared, I think, into somebody's mouth and stomach. They put some butter on the bread. And so by the time the kids came home from school, one loaf was down to like about half a loaf. Then that half a loaf was used for sandwiches. Right, hey Amanda. We used it for sandwiches. We had sandwiches tonight. The toddler loves sardine sandwiches. I used mine. I know PJs and Pages, Amanda's. Yeah. Hey Ali. Hello, our Aussie friend. I used mine. I made, what did I make? I had a sardine sandwich with avocado and boiled egg, and it was just what my heart and soul needed. So, and then my friend came back and I gave her half the loaf that was left. So we're down to Ashley. What? Ashley. Don't you dare say no, April. I'm gonna post a video of that sandwich, and y'all better love it. No, I'm still here. I thought you fell off the face of the earth and were chilling with your beautiful baby. I do need to make the fairy bread for sure. Well, guess what? What just happened, Natalie? What just happened in the world right now is that I have fresh bread. So, fairy bread is on the table. Definitely on the table now. I'm so happy you made it, Ashley. Yeah, I feel like you're taught. I was like, your baby has you under lock and key. So wait, oh Pixie, yes, I just saw your follow. Thank you, darling. Jen, my friend, Mimosa. She's asking me what I'm drinking. I just gave her the bread, the half bread. I forced it on her, so she was here. She was here helping me, keeping me company while I made the bread. But she left before I came online to talk to all y'all. So, anyway, 10:25. Should we get started? Is Donna here? Can someone pull her in? Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the... Oh no. Oh yeah, no. Actually, get ready for them to love something and eat a lot of it today and tomorrow. They'll be like, oh my God, what is this thing? It's foul. It's the devil's breath, and I never want to see it again. Kids messing with us, honestly. I think they just love messing with us. Ooh, did you have some yet? Hot minute, how you doing? Oh my God, that's so freaky. I bet the sneeze I let out yesterday was very loud then. My apologies. Oh, I was gonna join the live on my knitting account and then tap, tap, tap. Your comments are coming through. You said you're here and you're in your PJs, ready for the pages. Is that what you're talking about, Amanda? Hey, Talvig. Blame it on the loose. Okay, I'm gonna go join. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna join on my Nisey Knits. I'm gonna use my handy dandy whatever thing. Let's see how many likes we can get today. The goal is tens of thousands, friends. Tens of thousands. Hit it, hit it. It requires a power source. Let's get one of these. Oh my god, Ashley is now on IG. Lady, you're killing me. I don't want to hear myself. That's so weird. I'm on TikTok on Nisey Knits. I'm watching myself and I'm gonna Oh, Maria, thank you. Here we go. Oh my god, y'all already got to 2K. Shoot. Thank you. Let's see. Let's get to 20,000 or 30,000. Crystal is here. Okay, so I am drinking the mimosa. Yes. Belle has got a margarita. Crystal, where are your shots? Jen, today we are apparently drinking to mark the end of maybe TikTok. Sorry we've not been on. I've been very busy sorting things out for the surgery and sleeping earlier. Oh, you don't need to apologize, sis. Like, life is hard, life is tough, and I knew it was coming up in January. I don't know which date, but I knew it was coming up, so I figured you were busy with that. So don't you worry. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Tula. Bring your friends, bring your family, let's go. It's 10:28, 2 minutes before we start the madness. So, if you have any questions for me or any chit chat, this is your time. Next Thursday, oh, I will be thinking of you. I will be thinking of you. I hope it goes well for you, Amanda. I'm trying to, let's see. Did I miss anybody on Twitch? No, not yet. Thank you for joining, Jen. I told my friend Jen that I do this and that tonight I do the Nisey After Dark, and she was like, I am joining tonight to see what's going on. I'm gonna be blushing so hard. After surgery, you'll be able to listen more while you recover. That's right. And I'm slowly but surely uploading stuff onto YouTube. And so I'm hoping that I can get like a whole book uploaded, because I think I've only been able to upload like half of 3 books so far, and then I just gave up when we got to Sherlock Holmes. So anyway, it is 10:30 now. If you can hear me okay, please give me some thumbs up in the chat. And what are you drinking? Let us know what you're drinking, eating. Oh, thank you for the donuts. I love some donuts. Yes. Thank you. Get your knitting, get your crochet, get your sewing, get your art, get your tatting, get your embroidery, get comfy cozy in bed. Where is Alyssa? Get comfy cozy in bed. And let us read Chapter 17 of Emma by Jane Austen. Mr. and Mrs. John Knightley were not detained long at Hartfield. The weather soon improved enough for those to move who must move, and Mr. Woodhouse, having, as usual, tried to persuade his daughter to stay behind with all her children, was obliged to see the whole party set off, and return to his lamentations over the destiny of poor Isabella, which poor Isabella, passing her life with those she doted on, full of their merits, blind to their faults, and always innocently busy, might have been a model of right feminine happiness. The evening of the very day on which they went brought a note from Mr. Elton to Mr. Woodhouse, a long, civil, ceremonious note to say, with Mr. Elton's best compliments, that he was proposing to leave Highbury the following morning in his way to Bath, where, in compliance with the pressing entreaties of some friends, and very much regretted the impossibility he was under, from various circumstances of weather and business, of taking a personal loss any commands, should be happy to attend to them. Emma was most agreeably surprised. Mr. Elton's absence just at this time was the very thing to be desired. She admired and could not have been more plainly spoken than in a civility to her father, from which she was so pointedly excluded. She had not even a share in his opening compliments. Her name was not mentioned, and there was so striking a change in all this, and such an ill-judged solemnity of leave-taking in his graceful acknowledgments, as she thought, at first, could not but the surprise of so sudden a journey, and his fears that Mr. Elton might never get safely to the end of it, and saw nothing extraordinary in his language. It was a very useful note, for it supplied them with fresh matter for thought and conversation during the rest of their lonely evening. Mr. Woodhouse talked over his alarms, and Emma was in spirits to persuade them away with all her usual promptitude. She now resolved to keep Harriet no longer in the dark. She had reason to believe her nearly recovered from her cold, and it was desirable that she should have as much time as possible for getting the better of her other complaint before the gentleman's return. She went to Mrs. Goddard's accordingly the very next day, to undergo the necessary penance of communication, and a severe one it was. She had to destroy all the hopes which she had been so industriously feeding, to appear in the ungracious character of the one preferred, and acknowledge herself grossly mistaken and misjudging in all her ideas on one subject, all her observations, all her convictions, all her prophecies for the last 6 weeks. The confession completely renewed her first shame, and the sight of Harriet's tears made her think that she should never be in charity with herself again. Harriet bore the intelligence very well, blaming nobody, and in everything testifying such an ingenuousness of disposition and lowly opinion of herself as must appear with particular advantage at that moment to her friend. Emma was in the humour to value simplicity and modesty to the utmost, and all that was amiable, all that ought to be attaching, seemed on Harriet's side, not her own. Harriet did not consider herself as having anything to complain of. The affection of such a man as Mr. Elton would have been too great a distinction. She never could have deserved him, and nobody but so partial and kind a friend as Miss Woodhouse would have thought it possible. Her tears fell abundantly, but her grief was so truly artless that no dignity could have made it more respectable in Emma's eyes. And she listened to her and tried to console her with all her heart and understanding. really for the time convinced that Harriet was the superior creature of the two, and that to resemble her would be more for her own welfare and happiness than all that genius or intelligence could do. It was rather too late in the day to set about being simple-minded and ignorant, but she left her with every previous resolution confirmed of being humble and discreet, and repressing imagination all the rest of her life. Her second duty now, inferior only to her father's claims, was to promote Harriet's comfort and endeavor to prove her own affection in some better method than by matchmaking. She got her to Hartfield and showed her the most unvarying kindness, striving to occupy and amuse her, and by books and conversation to drive Mr. Elton from her thoughts. Time, she knew, must be allowed for this being thoroughly done, and she could suppose herself but an indifferent judge of such matters in general, and very inadequate to sympathize in an attachment to Mr. Elton in particular. But it seemed to her reasonable that at Harriet's age, and with the entire extinction of all hope, such a progress might be made towards a state of composure by the time of Mr. Elton's return, as to allow them all to meet again in the common routine of acquaintance without any danger of betraying sentiments or increasing them. Harriet did think him all perfection, and maintained the non-existence of anybody equal to him in person or goodness, and did, in truth, prove herself more resolutely in love than Emma had foreseen. But yet it appeared to her so natural, so inevitable to strive against an inclination of that sort unrequited, that she could not comprehend its continuing very long in equal force. If Mr. Elton, on his return, made his own indifference as evident and indubitable as she could not doubt he would anxiously do, she could not imagine Harriet's persisting to place her happiness in the sight or the recollection of him. Their being fixed, so absolutely fixed in the same place, was bad for each, for all three. Not one of them had the power of removal, or of effecting any material change of society. They must encounter each other and make the best of it. Harriet was further unfortunate in the tone of her companions at Mrs. Goddard's, Mr. Elton being the adoration of all the teachers and great girls in the school, and it must be at Hartfield only that she could have any chance of hearing him spoken of with cooling moderation or repellent truth. Where the wound had been given, there must the cure be found, if anywhere, and Emma felt that, till she saw her in the way of cure, there could be no true peace for herself. And that was chapter 17. She did it again. She did it again. Very short chapter. Seriously. Cheers, my friends. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, that was rude. I'm sorry. Oh, delicious. So good. Oh, let me see what chats I missed. Little baby rolled over. Mac fell asleep. Oh, my darling Mac. We need... Okay, when we make this PJs and Pages t-shirt, after we get the logo done, we have to make a onesie or a shirt for Mac, because Mac is one of the OG members, okay? Let's see. Marla stopped by. Oh my goodness. He rolled over. Congrats to him. Let's see. What did I miss? In the hospital. Ooh. Yay, Nana Jen. Fingers crossed that the grandbaby is gonna show up today. Yes, Pixie. Big descriptors but short chapters, and then sometimes the chapter is like 20 pages long, you know, and I'm like, help me plan this. No, Pixie, everything is okay. I think it's time. It's time for the baby to show up, right? Nana Jen. Early morning, yay! You have a cricket? Ooh, Stella, I need a cricket. I want a cricket so bad. I really want a cricket because I wanted to make a if we are able to get if we're able to get the logo design like the ones that I showed y'all yesterday, I think that would look beautiful on a t-shirt. It would look absolutely beautiful on a t-shirt, on a sticker, you know. Anyway, I'm frozen on Twitch. Lord, what happened? Crazy. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's get to the next chapter, shall we? If you're new here, hi. My name is Denise. So happy to see you. Hey, Crafty. Welcome. And you are now seeing us in PJs and pages. Oh, Crystal. Oh, thank you. Y'all ready? Oh, only one of you allowed with her until she gets a room. Oh, wow. Yeah, this waiting part is hard. It is. All right, let's go. Ready, Captain? I have the best crew. Ain't nobody as tight as my crew here. Yeah, okay. The alcohol hasn't hit yet. This is just Denise. Once the alcohol hits, you'll know. Let's go. This headset really, it's very tight. I have a big head. The headset is tight. Okay, hey Nakoshi. Friends, welcome. Let us read Chapter 18 of Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Frank Churchill did not come. When the time proposed drew near, Mrs. Weston's fears were justified in the arrival of a letter of excuse. For the present, he could not be spared, to his very great mortification and regret, but still he looked forward with the hope of coming to Randalls at no distant period. Mrs. Weston was exceedingly disappointed, much more disappointed, in fact, than her husband, though her dependence on seeing the young man had been so much more sober. But a sanguine temper, though forever expecting more good than occurs, does not always pay for its hopes by any proportionate depression. It soon flies over the present failure and begins to hope again. For half an hour, Mr. Weston was surprised and sorry, but then he began to perceive that Frank's coming 2 or 3 months later would be a model, without any doubt, to stay considerably longer with them than if he had come sooner. These feelings rapidly restored his comfort, while Mrs. Weston, of a more apprehensive disposition, foresaw nothing but a repetition to suffered a great deal more herself. Emma was not at this time in a state of spirits to care really about Mr. Frank Churchill's not coming, except as a disappointment at Randall's. The acquaintance at present had no charm for her. She wanted rather to be quiet and out of temptation. But still, as it was desirable that she should appear in general like her usual self, she took care to express as much interest in the circumstance and enter as warmly into Mr. and Mrs. Weston's disappointment as might naturally belong to their friendship. She was the first to announce it to Mr. Knightley, and exclaimed quite as much as was necessary, or being acting a part, perhaps rather more, at the conduct of the Churchills in keeping him away. She then proceeded to say a good deal more than she felt, of the advantage of such an addition to their confined society in Surrey, the pleasure of looking at somebody new, the gala day to Highbury entire which the sight of him would have made, and ending with reflections on the Churchills again, found herself directly involved in a disagreement with Mr. Knightley, and, to her great amusement, perceived that she was taking the other side of the question from her real opinion, and making use of Mrs. Weston's arguments against herself. "The Churchills are very likely in fault," said Mr. Knightley coolly, "but I dare say he might come if he would." "I do not know why you should say so. He wishes exceedingly to come, but his uncle and aunt will not spare him. I cannot believe that he has not the power of coming, if he made a point of it. It is too unlikely for me to believe it without proof." "How odd you are! What has Mr. Frank Churchill done to make you suppose him such an unnatural creature?" "I am not supposing him at all an unnatural creature in suspecting that he may have learned to be above his connections, and to care very little for anything but his own pleasure. From living with those who have always set him the example of it, it is a great deal more natural than one could wish that a young man brought up by those who are proud, luxurious, and selfish should be proud, luxurious, and selfish too. If Frank Churchill had wanted to see his father, he would have contrived it between September and January. A man at his age, what is he, 3 or 24, cannot be without the means of doing as much as that. It is impossible. That's easily said and easily felt by you, who have always been your own master. You are the worst judge in the world, Mr. Knightley, of the difficulties of dependence. You do not know what it is to have tempers to manage. It is not to be conceived that a man of 3 or 24 should not have liberty of mind or limb to that amount. He cannot want money. He cannot want leisure. We know, on the contrary, that he has so much of both that he is able to get rid of them at the idlest haunts in the kingdom. We hear of him forever at some watering place or other. A little while ago he was at Weymouth. This proves that he can leave the Churchills. Yes, sometimes he can, and those times are whenever he thinks it worth his while, whenever there is any temptation of pleasure. It is very unfair to judge of anybody's conduct without an intimate knowledge of their situation. Nobody who has not been in the interior of a family can say what the difficulties of any individual of that family may be. We ought to be acquainted with Enscombe and with Mrs. Churchill's temper. before we pretend to decide upon what her nephew can do. He may at times be able to do a great deal more than he can at others. There is one thing, Emma, which a man can always do if he chooses, and that is his duty. Not by maneuvering and finessing, but by vigor and resolution. It is Frank Churchill's duty to pay this attention to his father. He knows it to be so by his promises and messages, but if he wished to do it, it might be done. A man who felt rightly would say at once, simply and resolutely, to Mrs. Churchill, "Every sacrifice of mere pleasure you will always find me ready to make to your convenience, but I must go and see my father immediately. I know he would be hurt by my failing in such a mark of respect to him on the present occasion. I shall, therefore, set off tomorrow." If he would say so to her at once, in the tone of decision becoming a man, there would be no opposition made to his going. "No," said Emma, laughing, "but perhaps there might be some made to his coming back again." Such language for a young man entirely dependent to use? Nobody but you, Mr. Knightley, would imagine it possible. But you have not an idea of what is requisite in situations directly opposite to your own. Mr. Frank Churchill to be making such a speech as that to the uncle and aunt who have brought him up and are to provide for him, standing up in the middle of the room, I suppose, and speaking as loud as he could. How can you imagine such conduct practicable? Depend upon it, Emma, a sensible man would find no difficulty in it. He would feel himself in the right, and the declaration made, of course, as a man of sense would make it in a proper manner, would do him more good, raise him higher, fix his interest stronger with the people he depended on than all that a line of shifts and expedients can ever do. Respect would be added to affection. They would feel that they could trust him, that the nephew who had done rightly by his father would do rightly by them. For they know as well as he does, as well as all the world must know, that he ought to pay this visit to his father, and while meanly exerting their power to delay it, are in their hearts not thinking the better of him for submitting to their whims. Respect for right conduct is felt by everybody. If he would act in this sort of manner on principle, consistently, regularly, their little minds would bend to his. I rather doubt that. You are very fond of bending little minds, but where little minds belong to rich people in authority, I think they have a knack of swelling out, till they are quite as unmanageable as great ones. I can imagine that if you, as you are, Mr. Knightley, were to be transported and placed all at once in Mr. Frank Churchill's situation, you would be able to say and do just what you have been recommending for him. And it might have a very good effect. The Churchills might not have a word to say in return, but then you would have no habits of early obedience and long observance to break through. To him who has, it might not be so easy to burst forth at once into perfect independence and set all their claims on his gratitude and regard at naught. He may have as strong a sense of what would be right as you can have, without being so equal, under particular circumstances, to act up to it. Then it would not be so strong a sense if it failed to produce equal exertion. It could not be an equal conviction. Oh, the difference of situation and habit! I wish you would try to understand what an amiable young man may be likely to feel in directly opposing those whom as child and boy he has been looking up to all his life. Our amiable young man is a very weak young man, if this be the first occasion of his carrying through a resolution to do right against the will of others. It ought to have been a habit with him by this time, of following his duty instead of consulting expediency. I can allow for the fears of the child, but not of the man. As he became rational, he ought to have roused himself and shaken off all that was unworthy in their authority. He ought to have opposed the first attempt on their side to make him slight his father. Had he begun as he ought, there would have been no difficulty now. "We shall never agree about him," cried Emma, "but that is nothing extraordinary. I have not the least idea of his being a weak young man. I feel sure that he is not. Mr. Weston would not be blind to folly, though in his own son. But he is very likely to have a more yielding, complying, mild disposition than would suit your notions of man's perfection. I dare say he has, and though it may cut him off from some advantages, it will secure him many others. Yes, all the advantages of sitting still where he ought to move, and of leading a life of mere idle pleasure, and fancying himself extremely expert in finding excuses for it. He can sit down and write a fine, flourishing letter, full of professions and falsehoods, and persuade himself that he has hit upon the very best method in the world of preserving peace at home and preventing his father's having any right to complain. His letters disgust me. Your feelings are singular. They seem to satisfy everybody else. I suspect they do not satisfy Mrs. Weston. They hardly can satisfy a woman of her good sense and quick feelings, standing in a mother's place, but without a mother's affection to blind her. It is on her account that attention to Randalls is doubly due, and she must doubly feel the omission. Had she been a person of consequence herself, he would have come, I dare say, and it would not have signified whether he did or no. Can you think your friend behindhand in these sort of considerations? Do you suppose she does not often say all this to herself? No, Emma, your amiable young man can be amiable only in French, not in English. Manners and be very agreeable, but he can have no English delicacy towards the feelings of other people. Nothing really amiable about him. You seem determined to think ill of him. Me? Not at all, replied Mr. Knightley, rather displeased. I do not want to think ill of him. I should be as ready to acknowledge his merits as any other man, but I hear of none, except what are merely personal, that he is well grown and good looking, with smooth, plausible manners. Well, if he have nothing else to recommend him, he will be a treasure at Highbury. We do not often look upon fine young men, well-bred and agreeable. He must not be nice, and ask for all the virtues into the bargain. Cannot you imagine, Mr. Knightley, what a sensation his coming will produce? There will be but one subject throughout the parishes of Dunwell and Highbury, but one interest, one object of curiosity. It will be all Mr. Frank Churchill. We shall think and speak of nobody else. You will excuse my being so much overpowered. If I find him conversable, I shall be glad of his acquaintance. But if he is only a chattering coxcomb, he will not occupy much of my time or thoughts. My idea of him is that he can adapt his conversation to the taste of everybody, and has the power as well as the wish of being universal to everybody. Having that general information on all subjects which will enable him to follow the lead or take the lead, just as propriety may require, and to speak extremely well on each. That is my idea of him. And mine, said Mr. Knightley warmly, is that if he turn out anything like it, he will be the most insufferable fellow breathing. What, at 23 to be the king of his company, the great man, the practised politician, who is to read everybody's character and make everybody's talents conduce to the display of his own superiority, to be dispensing his flatteries round, that he may make all appear like fools compared with himself? My dear Emma, your own good sense could not endure such a puppy when it came to that point. I will say no more about him, cried Emma. You turn everything to evil. We are both prejudiced, you against, I for him. And we have no chance of agreeing till he is really here. Prejudice? I am not prejudiced. But I am very much, and without being at all ashamed of it. Give me a second. Oh, Lord. But I am very much, and without being at all ashamed of it. My love for Mr. and Mrs. Weston gives me a decided prejudice in his favour. He is a person I never think of from one month's end to another, said Mr. Knightley with a degree of vexation, which made Emma immediately talk of something else, though she could not comprehend why he should be angry. To take a dislike to a young man only because he appeared to be of a different disposition from himself was unworthy the real liberality of mind which she was always used to acknowledge in him. For with all the high opinion of himself which she had often laid to his charge, she had never before for a moment supposed it could make him unjust to the merit of another. And that was the end of that chapter and of volume 1. Why didn't I check again how many volumes were in this book? Why am I like this? Why, oh why? That was good. That was really good. But y'all have to help me understand why they spent all that time talking about this dude. I'm trying to... Here we go. That whole chapter... Oh, who's going to bed? Are you going to bed? Oh, Crystal. Oh, sleep well, Crystal. Yeah, they spent that whole chapter just talking about Frank Churchill, because it started with Mr. Frank Churchill did not come, and then we literally heard almost nothing from Mr. and Mrs. Weston, who are the parents. But Emma and Mr. Knightley just, hey Nix, Emma and Mr. Knightley just going at it about Mr. Frank Churchill and talking. They don't know him. They don't know him. Knightley is jealous. Does Knightley know that he's jealous? Is he aware that he's jealous and that he's behaving like someone who's jealous? So Frank is very important to the story, to contrast how Mr. Knightley is. This is gonna get juicy, eh? Okay. Oh, April and everybody else on here. I hope so, Crystal. Or, I mean, I hope it's not either, Crystal. But I'm glad you made this one. Frank is almost seen as a match for Emma. Oh, the plot thickens, my darlings. The plot thickens. So, I was just watching this trending video. It's been around for a while. I'd seen it, but I didn't know that it actually become like a social media trend. It is of the actor Aaron Pierre doing his walk down the Jennifer Hudson show, you know, the Spirit Tunnel, where they always have a song for whichever guest is there, and they walk and dance and high five. But I was thinking that if we were to cast Emma, Aaron Pierre would be a wonderful Mr. Knightley. Shall we discuss? Do you know Aaron Pierre? Do y'all know him? Because I'm happy to pull a picture of him so we can all admire. What do you think? Do you know Aaron Pierre? Anybody? He's the guy who just played Mufasa. Oh, April, what are you doing to me? I'm gonna be useless the moment I see him. Who, ladies? Who? What are you doing? Who? Okay. Oh. Oh, bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh. I can't. Okay. Oh my God. It's the eyes. Oh my God. Okay. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh, there he is. That is Aaron Pierre, and he is a blessing. He's a blessing, that's what I say. Do you see this gorgeousness? Hold on, he's taking over my screen. Y'all can't even really see him. There he is. You know. Yeah. Right? Okay. Here we go. Thoughts on him as Knightley. Tell me. April. Oh, crafty. Mimosa. We're drinking mimosa. Stella, listen. I was you got an ear. Do you see those eyes? Like, he can block me. Y'all don't need to see my face. Hold on. You don't need to see my face here. Right there. There we go. That's move. So the song that we're singing was like, it's Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa. And his voice, he sounds like, yes. Because he did Rebel Ridge on Netflix. This is the first time I saw him. And my husband was watching it. He talks like, oh. And with those eyes, you know, he's Knightley. Yeah. Thank you, April. April co-signed. Yes. The casting has begun. Who do we want for Emma? I'm taking, Zendaya. Yeah? Should we do Zendaya? And cast Tom, her actual fiance, as Mr. Elton? Or Frank? Come here, little mama, let me whisper in your ear like damn. His half eyebrow is nice. Stella, you're killing me. Lee Thompson Young. Who's that? Let me Google. Oh, yeah, him. Oh, poor guy. I remember him. Thank you for tonight's eye candy. My absolute... Like, I was getting something from the kitchen. And I had just watched that Mufasa video. And I kept singing the song and I was like, I think we have our Knightley. I think we have our Knightley. And so here we go. Zendaya for Elizabeth in Pride and Prejudice. We need a good looking one for Frank. I think Tom. I think her actual real life fiance. Or if we can afford Timothy Chalamet. Slightly pompous for Mr. Elton. Oh. Wait, we also have to put in my darling, Taron Egerton. We need Taron Egerton somewhere in there, so y'all think about that. The other Knightley should also be pompous, right? Oh, wait, who's gonna be Mr... What's the guy, the farmer who likes... Oh, hey, Yvette. Oh, is that Edie? Yes, Edie found me too. The farmer who liked Harriet, right? Who do we think would be? Also, can I say that we need... Taron could be Elton? Oh, my boy. Okay, fine. Oh, okay, fine. I just had another idea. Mr. Martin, I was thinking we need Damson Idris in there somewhere too. Y'all know Damson, right? Tell me you know Damson Idris. This dude is a problem. I want Asa, what's his name? The guy from Sex Education. Asa Butterfield in there somewhere. You've never heard of Damson? Okay. I guess that's what we're doing today. Get ready. I'm into it. Let me find a very... Oh, this is a beautiful photo. I love it. Oh, this is a good one. Y'all like, what's going on in this? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you have to go away, Aaron. I'm so sorry. We'll be back though. We'll be back. That's Damson. April, you see you now? That's Mr. Damson Idris. Like, dang, dang, dang. Right? Yeah, I think for Mr. Martin, yeah. But I'm fine with him for Frank, too. I don't mind. Y'all so wrong. I don't know. I actually have never watched him in anything. I just know his name. My sister told me, and I Googled him, and I was like, cheers. Good eyes. Who is gonna play Harriet? We need a Harriet. We need a Harriet. Yeah. He was in a movie called Farming. Oh, Regé-Jean. I can't breathe. I try not to think of him because he's also dangerous. Oh, bless. This is where you go. Blessings on me. Blessings on me. I consider all of us blessed that we get to see all these beautiful people in our lifetime. Just, yes, I burn for you. Regé-Jean, okay, I'm here. I could dig him in there somewhere. I would like Colin Firth to be Mr. Woodhouse. I really would. I would like to see Colin Firth as Mr. Woodhouse. Yeah, he was in Bridgerton. He was also in Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Yeah, I think Colin should be Mr. Woodhouse or be Mr. Weston. Right? And I would like Emma Thompson to be the aunt. I don't know if that aunt shows up, but Emma Thompson has to be in the movie that I'm casting. I will not take any objections, thank you. I adore that woman so much. Yeah, he was in D&D, yeah. He was in D&D. That movie was so funny. We went to watch it twice. So silly. We also need to cast we need to cast Mr. John Knightley. Oh my God. We need to put Matthew Goode in there. Matthew Goode is Mr. John Knightley. Yeah. Y'all know Matthew Goode, right? Mrs. Bates for Emma? Who's Mrs. Bates? From Downton Abbey? Do you all? I love Matthew Goode. Oh. He also was in Downton, actually. But he was in Downton after I had stopped watching it. Let me find a gorgeous photo of him to share. This is one of the photos from Downton. The funny thing is, Emma Thompson for Mrs. Bates. Yes. So the reason why the movie that I loved Matthew Goode in is apparently a movie he actually disliked shooting, is Leap Year, and it's with Amy Adams, where she read of this Irish custom where on a leap year, February 29th, women actually proposed to the man. So she chased her boyfriend because he had a work trip or something in Ireland. She went there to surprise him, to propose to him, and of course her plane gets stuck somewhere and she ends up in a small Irish town where there's a pub, and who is the surly pub owner but Matthew Goode. I love me this kind of silly tropey. Pixie, you take that back. Pixie, take that back. Leap Year is a wonderful movie. The angst, the... Oh my God, I love Leap Year. Yes, Matthew Goode. No, Pixie, you can't say sorry. Yes, thank you. You have to take it back. Thank you. It is not a bad movie. It is a movie. No, Pixie, honestly. I love it. Same. When we used to have cable TV, if I turn on the TV and Leap Year is on, it doesn't matter if we have the DVD or we can borrow it, I'm watching that movie. You finished your meds? Yay! Congrats. It is so cheesy. It hits all the tropes. I love it. In fact, dagnabbit, I need to watch it this year. I need me some Leap Year cheesiness in my life. I love it. When she pulled the fire alarm and said, "What's the first thing you would grab?" So, for those who don't know Matthew Goode, let me save the image so we can admire him. We still need some of our female candidates, y'all. Female actresses. So, help me, my loves. Let's get some of the ladies up here. But I love how we found all our male actors so quickly. So good. Where is Matthew? There he is. Ooh, in his Downton garb. There we go. Got him in the Downton garb. Yes, I did. Blessings on me. Wait, what's going on? What? April, you know what Matthew Goode? Mr. Elton? Y'all are making me snort. Oh yeah, he'd be very good at being pompous, for sure. So are we cool with Colin Firth playing Mr. Woodhouse? Or do we want to get someone a little bit older? Who else? We haven't cast Harriet. Who's gonna be Harriet? We need our Harriet. Who is gonna be Harriet? Blessings on me. Dun, 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 dun. Why am I singing that song? Matthew Goode. What a day. My Instagram is stuck on the photo of Aaron Pierre. You think older for Mr. Woodhouse? Firth for Weston. Okay, alright. Firth for Weston. So, who are we gonna cast for the older gentleman in Woodhouse? Who am I missing? I would have cast Alan Rickman if he was still alive. May he rest in peace. Love that adorable man. Wait a hot minute. We need Hugh, what's his name? Hugh Grant in there somewhere. Who can repeat of whatever Bridget Jones' Diary. Yes. Ian McKellen. You know what, Maria? Emma and Harriet are not that old, right? And so the reason I was casting Colin Firth is that I think Emma is supposed to be 21 and the sister is 25. And because they married so early, the dad will be at most 50 something, I think. But I would love Sir Ian McKellen in something. They're making a third or fourth. Guess what? I'd watch it. Even though the storyline keeps getting weirder and weirder, I'ma still watch it. Is it based on the one where the guy had passed away or something? Because I read the book too. Harriet is 1820. Yeah, Emma's 2024. Yeah. Who's gonna be Harriet? Should we do? No. I was gonna say Haley Steinfeld. We need to cast out Harriet. This is so fun. But I'm so glad that we got Mufasa, Aaron Pierre, to get the ball rolling. So, well, we need an intelligent woman who can act as an airhead. I was gonna say Millie Bobby, but I think she's done a lot of shows like that. I would like a fresher face. Amy in Little Woman. Is that Cersei? Amy in Little Women. Oh no, she's older. Florence Pugh. She is much older, I think. I also did not see the new Little Women. I wanted to watch it. I have to find a way to watch it. Wasn't Chalamet in that one too? Chalamet was in that one, right? Oh, we need a demure Jane Fairfax. Anya Taylor-Joy, yes, as Harriet. See, but she does have the deer in the headlights look, but she looks too smart. But that could also be because the first time I saw her was in the chess TV series. So in my mind, she's a very brilliant woman. In my mind, she's just a super brilliant woman. What about one of the girls from what about one of the girls who play the sisters in the Bridgerton younger sisters? Like the one who played Francesca. The Bridgerton sister, the actress who played Francesca. Let me see. The newer Francesca, not the older one. Hannah Dodd. Her name is Hannah Dodd. The newer one. Let me see. Yes. Hannah Dodd. Let me get her. Let me get her for us. Oh, yes. Look at us. We're going to get money to cast one of these. We must. We must. I can't find a job, but I'm going to get money to cast a TV show or a movie with all these super famous actors and actresses. The Delulu is the Salulu over here, friends. The Delulu is high on this one. And I'm not mad at it. Here she is. Here is Miss Hannah Dodd. What do you think? The Delulu is high on this lady. She is so very delusional. I like it. I made a song. Bill Nye is Mr. Woodhouse. Oh no, I was thinking of her for Harriet. But Jane, you said we need, let me see, who do you need? A demure Jane Fairfax. Demure. Let me see. Who were the cast in Little Women? A demure. Let's see. A demure. It would have been Rosamund Pike for me if this was a few years ago. The one who played Jane in Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley. Yes, April, I love it. I have some Japanese rice snacks here, but they're very loud. That's why I'm not eating them. Well, somebody let me know when they think of a Jane. I am blanking out on who to cast. Ooh. April, if since we're casting like multiracially, what about Stephanie Sue? I just saw her too on one of these things, and I was like, Stephanie Sue might be actually pretty cool. And she is gorgeous. She could. Rosamund could be Mrs. Weston. Signed. Let's put it down. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Stephanie Sue is so gorgeous, my friends. I adore her so much. She is lovely. If you watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, she deserved the Oscar. She absolutely deserved the Oscar because she killed it. Let me get her up here because Miss Stephanie Sue has the sauce. Save the image. Here we go. Somebody's gonna be like, why do you have all these photos of the actresses and actors on your computer? And I'll be like, it was for research. It was for casting research. There is Stephanie Sue. And I think she is brilliant. I think she could be a good Jane. All right, I'm gonna pull up Claude. So sold. She's so beautiful and so lovely. Okay, this was, yeah, I feel like we cast this one very quickly. We are getting better at this. Amandla Stenberg. Oh, let's see. Amandla Stenberg. Oh, maybe for Harriet. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Manny Jacinto. We need to put Manny Jacinto in this somewhere. He is awesome. Okay. We have gotten to, I'm going to change the light to red to show that we've gotten to Nisey After Dark. This is maybe our last one here on TikTok. We need someone for Mrs. Elton. We already found Mrs. Elton. Wait, is Elton going to get married? Elton is going to get married? Yes. Let's get all the Mr. Darcy actors in there. Yes, Matthew McFadyen needs to be in there. Absolutely, yes. Cosign. Done. What a happy casting. Yeah. Who's he gonna be? Let's do it. Friends, I finished it. I finished the bottle. Booyah. Okay. I'm gonna change the lighting. I don't know which color is which, so let's see. Ah, perfect. Red for Nisey After Dark. But let's see, what does A2 do? Green. This is blue. This is green and yellow. And this is the one for our usual. Okay. Cheers, Crafty. Yes. Mrs. Elton is the exact medicine Elton deserves. There is a God, and she is woman, as Ariana Grande predicted. Okay. Well, my darlings, thank you for participating in that beautiful casting session. One of us is gonna find a sugar daddy somewhere, or win the lottery, or come into some inheritance and decide that of all the things to do with that money, it would be producing these shows. And I'm waiting for that. I know in my heart of hearts that's gonna happen for us. It's gonna happen for us. Or maybe we just make an animated version and put it up on YouTube. Well, they need to remake a new Emma. Really, I haven't seen it. I still haven't ever watched the one with Alicia Silverstone. Okay, let's get a few beautiful stories in. This is the wonderful time where we collectively together collaborate on a spicy romantic story that is actually about someone eating food. Oh, the last one that was on Netflix, yeah, I watched that. The guy who played the captain, my sister is watching Shogun, and he was in there, and they made him look very rough and tumble in Persuasion, and so it wasn't like whatever. But when he was all shaved, I was like, Cosmo Jarvis, that's his name. Henry Goulding was there. Henry Goulding. We need to have Henry Goulding in our cast list. So, Miss April, please put him there. I don't know what he's going to be, but Henry Goulding needs to be in there. Yeah. I'm ready. We got to do it. Let me find Cosmo Jarvis. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, the Persuasion wasn't, but I watched it. Emma movie. They made a new one in 2020? Oh, and they had Anya. Oh, it had Anya Taylor-Joy. So that's what you were saying. Connor Swindells was in there. I love him. He's such a good actor. Bill Nye was Mr. Woodhouse in that one. Okay, friends. What food item are we starting with? The prompt is the same. Write a short, spicy romantic story that's actually about a person enjoying blank, leaving the reveal that is food to the end. Who wants to go first? Hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Is that how the song goes? Somebody just followed me on IG. But my live is not showing. It just died. It just died. Oh. Wow, IG. Just disappointing us like that. So sad. Well, Twitch is still going strong. Although I'm the only, Oh, you want the butter bread. Butter but okay. Let's try it. Let's try it. Why not? Why not? Let's try it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. A warm encounter. The aroma hit first. Rich, intoxicating, impossibly tempting. Sarah's fingers trembled as she reached out, knowing she shouldn't, but unable to resist. The surface was smooth beneath her touch, radiating warmth that made her breath catch. Golden brown perfection. That's what lay before her, glistening invitingly in the soft kitchen light. She traced its curves, marveling at how something could be both firm and yielding at once. A drop of moisture trickled down its side. And Sarah felt her mouth water in response. No, Claude, no. Where is the water coming from in the bread? Oh my god. Okay. The first touch to her lips was electric. Warm, silky, decadent. Every sensation amplified by anticipation. She closed her eyes, savoring the moment, letting the heat spread across her tongue. The richness was almost overwhelming, building with each movement until she had to pause, collecting herself. I shouldn't, she whispered to the empty kitchen. I really shouldn't. But she was already going back for more, unable to deny herself this simple pleasure. Each taste was better than the last, building to a crescendo of flavor that left her weak-kneed and satisfied. Later, Sarah would feel slightly embarrassed about how thoroughly she had enjoyed a simple piece of warm, buttered sourdough. But in that moment, alone in her kitchen at midnight, it had been nothing short of magical. Where is the more? Trickle down. No, Claude, no. There should be no warmth trickling down. That's a problem if that happens, Claude. That's a big problem. Okay. Was the bread left in the back of the refrigerator also? He just said it was warm, so I don't know how it could be warm and there's moisture trickling. Not. I mean, if he said it was steam, right? Or something. A drop of moisture trickled down its side. That's just... Unless it was drool. The bread was drooling? Claude. Do better. Okay, are we doing quesadilla? Claude fell off his block. Let's see. That's about quesadilla, a peasant enjoying. What kind of quesadilla, Miss April? What kind of quesadilla? Just cheese quesadilla or hey jelly? Her sinuses are definitely. She needed to get him out. That was just so wrong. Can't even. Wait, chicken nuggets? Wait, what? What's going on? Fajita quesadilla? Dang. Okay. You're trying to make Claude work. Gotta work. Gotta make that money make purse. What did April? What Claude or Ashley? Oh my god, quesadilla. I misspelled it. There we go. I love quesadillas. Oh my god, is it too late for me to make a quesadilla? I have cheese. I have wraps downstairs. What meats do I want to put in? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? I'm hungry, and in Texas, it's all Tex-Mex all the time. Y'all, it's never too late. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are so wrong. Okay. Are you ready for a sizzling encounter? The sound drew her in first. That enticing sizzle that made her pulse quicken. Then came the scent, a seductive blend of smoke and spice that filled the air around her. Maria's fingers tingled with anticipation as she approached, knowing this was exactly what she had been craving all day. The surface was perfectly golden, promising warmth and pleasure beneath. Steam rose in delicate wisps, carrying notes of charred peppers and caramelized onions that made her bite her lip in anticipation. She couldn't resist running her finger along the crisp edge, testing its warmth. When she finally made her move, the first bite was everything she had imagined. Hot, but not too hot, just enough to make her gasp softly. The exterior gave way to an impossibly tender center, and Maria closed her eyes in pure bliss. Strings of molten desire stretched between them, refusing to let go, making her fingers delightfully messy. The blend of textures was intoxicating, crisp and yielding, smooth and rough. Each sensation building on the last until she could focus on nothing else. Juice ran down her chin, but she was too lost in the moment to care. Each bite brought new waves of pleasure, a perfect dance of heat and satisfaction. Later, Maria would laugh at how carried away she'd gotten over a simple fajita quesadilla. But there, in the dim light of her kitchen, with melted cheese and perfectly seasoned steak wrapped in crispy tortilla, it had been nothing short of a religious experience. That was a good one. Drink, yo, drink juice. Drink. Oh yeah. was a good one. All right, what's the next one? I think we can do one more before it's midnight. Let's get one more in there. Friends, I know your fingers must be tired, but what do you think about ending tonight at 20K? Can we do it? Make me lose my mind, make me water, make me sweat, make me boom, 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 make me lose my breath, make me water, make me boom, 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 boom. Okay, what's our last food item? Our last food item before we break for this week, this momentous week. Honey, can you blow my mind? Set off my whole. I know. Why is everyone so? What are y'all afraid of? If I give you my time. You are? Oh my goodness. Seriously, Ashley? Oh, that's so beautiful. And you're eating, oh, grapes. We've never done grapes. And yes, friends, we've never done grapes. What? That's amazing. What? How could we have gone this? I'm going to ask the AI to change the format a little bit from the previous ones. So let's see what it comes up with. Change. I give you my time. Da, 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 da. I don't wanna wait. Come take me, take me. Oh, I did not explain the rules to people who've never been here for Nisey After Dark. If you hear certain words, you have to drink whatever you're drinking. It's water, tea, whatever. We want you to stay hydrated as we're getting spicy. Yay, 17K, let's go. So if you hear juice, if you hear drop, that's why we're all like, that's just not fair. The drop of moisture. Bread should not have moisture. So juice, water, moan. What was the other thing? Gasp. What are the other words? If you hear those, you gotta chug. You gotta drink whatever you're drinking. Wait, did I do that? That's amazing. So you hear juice, you hear moan, you hear dribble. Okay, grapes. No, we didn't. I know we didn't. So this is the rule. We want you to stay hydrated. So if you hear juice, drop, moisture, anything that has to do with liquids, because somehow everything is dropping some moisture somewhere. And then it's lick the fingers. We're like, Claude, you're so dirty. Every time somebody's dipping their finger, licking the finger, you drink. Okay, grapes is ready. Let's do it. Sweet temptation. Dear diary, I know I shouldn't be writing this down, but I have to tell someone about what happened today. It started so innocently, just me alone in the garden, surrounded by hanging vines on that old wooden pergola. The afternoon sun made everything glisten with possibility. They were right there, dangling above me in perfect clusters, round and firm and absolutely forbidden. I told myself I would just look, just admire how they caught the light. But we both know how that always ends, The first one burst against my tongue with a pop of sweetness that made me shiver. I couldn't help myself after that. One by one, I plucked them free, each small globe of perfection cold and smooth against my lips, before surrendering its nectar. Some were tart enough to make me gasp, others so sweet I had to pause between each one. My fingers stained purple with evidence of my indulgence, but still I reached for more, tiptoeing higher, stretching to claim the perfectly ripe ones hiding beneath broad leaves. If someone had walked by and seen me there, face flushed, breathing heavy, dew-stained fingers reaching again and again, well, they might have gotten the wrong idea entirely about what I was doing with that bunch of perfectly ripe Concord grapes. But honestly, it was better than any kiss I've had this year. Emma. April, we need that. Cluster of round, firm, forbidden danglies. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Claude did a good job. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He did a fantastic job. Oh my god. Well, my darlings, it is midnight now. I think it's time for me to head to bed. Freaking dangly. Dangle, dangle, jiggle, jiggle, dangle, dangle, jiggle, jiggle. We dangling, we jingling. Oh, I love it so much with you all. What kind of font? Burping. Now I'm awake. Can you imagine? I don't wanna wait. Come take me where I am before. Can you blow my mind? Set of my whole body, Asa. Make me. I use this font called Rye. I used Rye and Special Elite, I think. Rye, Special Elite. Make me sweat. Make me bum 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 bum. Make me. What happened? Somebody did something. Somewhere. I just heard a thing. I just heard a noise. I'm like, what happened? Somebody did something somewhere. Oh, I created all of them in Canva. Make me lose my breath. Make me water. Who is doing something? Are they chatting? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. $20K? What? You did it. Oh. You did it. Yes. Hey, Sarah. Oh my gosh, you did it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have met you all. It's been quite a wonderful adventure. This is not goodbye though. Please pick. I have 3 different platforms. Please pick one of them. Yeah, y'all decide where you're gonna be so the chat can be happening. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be on IG or do you want to be on the Tube? I feel like the Tube's chat is a little bit better than IG. Yes, I'm so happy to. Please make a plan. If y'all can do YouTube, I think the YouTube chat there is much better. The chat on YouTube is much better, or Twitch, but I feel like YouTube seems to be maybe more ubiquitous. What a ride we've had, huh? What a ride. Oh, I know. Come find me on YouTube, friends. Let's chat on YouTube. That'll be easier because you can see. Yeah, Twitch's chat is nice too. YouTube or Twitch, the chat is nice. IG so far, I haven't liked the live experience. So, what do y'all want to do? Where do y'all want to chat? YouTube, yeah. Yeah, let's say we do YouTube. Let's say all of us OGs will hang out on YouTube. I know, Belle. Yeah, let's agree on Tube. Let's agree on Tube. Go like, go follow. I'm at 56 subscribers. Thank you all so much. You can put me on the big screen, y'all. At some point, I'm gonna hopefully buy a better camera, and then I will look even better. But I have to find a way to hide my trash because, well, not my trash, but my cluttered room with all my projects and stuff. Because if it's a better camera, then you can see all that over there. Maybe you know what I do? I need to get one of those screens, like a curtain that just falls behind me right before the live. So I'll have like a little circle. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Just have like a little circle of whatever hooks on the ceiling, and I draw it down like this. Anyway, y'all are awesome. Y'all are so awesome, and I am so thankful to each and every one of you for making last year pretty bearable, and for helping me discover, like a partition, like a little thing. You know, what I've heard is like you can use blankets when you're traveling. You can use blankets to get sound. What I'm actually hoping to be able to do is, once I've cleaned up my closet, see if I can start trying to build like a sound booth in half my closet. Because if I can do that, then that would be really cool. I just stream from there. But if I stream from there, I can't dance. So it's like, oh yes, please go, Pixie. Please go sleep. YouTube. We'll all be meeting on the Tube. I will post I'll try and post a video. Oh, you've been listening to audiobooks more often now? Yay! That's great news. That is great news. That is great news. Really, Stella? Oh, are you serious? Don't make me cry now. Thank you. Are you for real? Stop. Dagnabbit, Stella. You're hitting me in the feels. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I have to figure out there's a training I want to take and it's $700. It's not too much, but it's also not like chump change, so I have to plan a little bit so I can. Oh, that's oh, I'm sorry that the audiobook voices are not working for you, but I'm glad that you like mine. Maybe one of these days it would be really nice. If I can do that, I feel like if I can do those 5 classes with that lady, and in that same time learning how to use Audacity and all that, by the time I'm done with the classes with her, I should be able to like create a page on all. My best friend is also she's a great writer, and I've been encouraging her since high school, and finally this year she started writing again after like she lost somebody very close to her, and now the words are pouring out. I'm like, maybe this is the year, my darling. This is the year you publish your stories. Her writing is just so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm gonna ask her one of these days if I have her permission to read one of her stories. So lovely. So incredibly lovely. So that'll be fun. I'll ask her. She just keeps WhatsApping them to me. She sent me, I don't know, like 6 or 7 in the past week. Just really short stories. They're so nice. Like a nice little snippet. You remember how they used to have stories in like Reader's Digest or like newspapers, like that length, and it's just punchy and beautiful and straight to the point and lovely. Yay! Can't wait, Ashley. But thank you, Stella. I appreciate that. I really do. Y'all have given me so much encouragement about this, and I am so loath to lose you all. Please don't disappear. Find me. I'm on all the platforms. Definitely more on YouTube on this Nisey Reads account, but I hang out in IG quite a lot on my knitting account. But for Nisey Reads, I'm definitely going to be uploading a lot of the stuff on YouTube, and I'm gonna miss you. Milli Vanilli. We started with Milli Vanilli. We're gonna end with Milli. I just don't know what I should do. Bum. It's a tragedy for me to say the dream is over, and I never will forget the day we met. Loves, I'm gonna miss you. Hopefully the app is still around. I know, Nana Jen's daughter. Oh my goodness, she's been waiting for a long time. Like this whole week, or maybe even last week, right? She's been waiting. Yeah. Okay, my loves. Let's see. Wait, let me see if Ashley sent it over already. It's a tragedy for me to say the dream is over, and I never will forget the day we met. Wait, did you send it to me on Nisey Knits? Girl, I wanna miss you. Ooh. Yeah. Pa, 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 pa. Good night, Stella. No, it's not here either. Oh my god. I just saw that I made a mistake in my video. I made a typo. Oh well. Alrighty. I'm waiting for you, Ashley. I'm waiting, and then I'm gonna jump off. Hey, Mufasa. Hold on. We gotta, It's Mufasa. Hey, it's Mufasa. Yay, it's Mufasa. It's Mufasa. It's Mufasa. Yeah, yeah. It's Mufasa. Just, we gotta end with Mufasa because he's my newest joy. It's Mufasa. Yay. Where? Come on. There you go. It's Mufasa. It's Mufasa. Did you email it to Nisey Reads? Or did you send it on Le IG? It's Mufasa. Yeah, yeah. It's Mufasa. That's Mufasa. Oh, to me, Nisey. Okay, let me get my Nisey up. Nisey. I have 1 million accounts now. Whoa. There's a meeting in my messages. Okay. Ashley sent the photo. Are you all ready? Oh, wait. It doesn't have Jim. Did you create it yourself? Oh my god, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. Hold on. Okay, Mufasa, you gotta disappear for a minute. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It looks like a book cover. Oh my god, Ashley. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Ashley, that is so pretty. Oh. That is, oh my god, that is stunning. That is stunning. Well done, miss. Mac is gonna be so proud of you. Mac, you better be good for mommy. She got mad skills. You did not see this, Ashley. You didn't see this yesterday. I need to show you. When we came up with PJs and pages for our new name because the Late Night Book Club already exists, I spent way too much time 2 nights ago trying to create a banner. Is the banner the right word? A logo. And let me show you what I found. What I created. They do it for us. I think it's gonna be stunning. Do you see this? Do you see this gorgeousness? Is that not just right? I used AI. I'm not happy that I used AI, so I'm gonna try to find an actual artist. I was trying to get them to create somebody drawing Stella, but it just kept not working. We do. I want to make a pajama set. I hope y'all will buy it, but I do want to make a pajama set. Complete with a bonnet or something. Shoot. Is that not pretty? I love it so much. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I was gonna make one where it was just me. I was like, no, it's not just me. It's all of us, right? Together. And I love it. I love it. Oh no, I want this on the front. I want this thing on the front. And then on the back, we can come up with our own little slogan or every whatever Monday through Thursday. I don't know, whatever we want to put on there, but I want it. There's another version that I really liked, and I want like to. I don't want to use AI, Ashley. I want to create like I want to use an actual artist. A friend of mine was like, that's just borrowing, and I felt bad. So, excuse me. I got a few more. Let me see. One of my other favorites. I had this lady smiling. So this one was another one. If you can see it. This is another one. I'm the one in the back by the moon. I love it. And then there was yes, this one is my other favorite. Hey. This one is also my other favorite, but because the lady is smiling and actually looking out, So I was showing yesterday because I spent too much time on Tuesday night doing all of this when I should have been in bed. This was the first one that I got, and that was like the beginning of creating all the different edits. So I loved this one too because I thought it was very fun and light. I know PJs and end pages, right? And then you can see like the mic is hanging in random places, but this was the first one that I liked. Okay, I'll send them to you. Yeah, no, I think the first one is the best. The first one is definitely the best. And if we can add a few elements of pink in there, right on, I think it'll be really great. I would love to have like a bookmark for those who do read books. I would love to do like, definitely want a t-shirt or a hoodie. Definitely want PJs. Yeah, AI has come really far, but I think for the art, I feel really bad because it's looking at what actual artists have created and borrowing from them. And so that's why I want to, like, I'm going to use it for text generation for the silly thing that we do. Oh no, Stella, we're not going to be obsolete so long as it keeps doing and gives people multiple. Because even in this beautiful artwork, if you look closely, you'll see the things that are just not right. Yeah, you see the things that are not right. I fought with it. I was trying to do the secret garden design, and I would say, please don't put any steps leading to the garden, because the garden is supposed to be hidden. If you put steps, it shows that that's where the gate is. It would show me a garden with steps. I'll be like, you have to have the gate covered with ivy because I want to do this. I want to get this logo so that and here's what I'm thinking. So let me share with you all, and y'all let me know if the structure makes sense in terms of stuff you would like and how you would like to support me. If you are on Patreon and you are on the $3.99 plan, that's very similar to the plan that we have here, where you get to recommend a book and then you also vote on the book. Then I think that I'm gonna make the stickers. So hopefully I can work with Ashley and we can create stickers for each of the books we've read. And the sticker will have like the book design, but I want to have something like, I, member of PJs and Pages since, and then like since the book. So instead of since of a date, it'll be since the book, and then we can have the date we started the book at the back or something. Yeah, join on Patreon. So the Patreon, we have a free tier, then there's a $2 tier. I think that's just general support. You don't get anything special. But then the $3.99 tier is what we have here on TikTok. And then I'm hoping to add another tier. So for the other tier, they will probably get the stickers for free or something. That's what I'm thinking. And then if we do make the PJs and whatever, then all the members will get it at like some discount. All the paid tiers. But definitely want some matching PJs. And maybe at some point we can get like mugs or cups or something. Anyway, think that Huckleberry, it's so peaceful looking, especially thinking of all the things Huck went through. It's so peaceful. So if you are a subscriber here on TikTok, since we don't know when it's going to end, if your subscription is about to renew, please move to Patreon. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through key wristless. I'm gonna go through and see when everyone's subscription is supposed to expire, and that way maybe I find a way to give you a discount that matches the amount of time left on Patreon. Then that way, if this does shut down, you're still recognized as a Patreon on yeah. Okay, darlings. Let me go to bed. I've chit-chatted so long. It's almost my bedtime. Or definitely past my bedtime. So, you're awesome. You're lovely. I appreciate you so very much. And I'm so grateful to have met you on here. Hopefully this is not the last. But if it is, we are all going to meet on YouTube to chit-chat and watch and keep reading. So, let me remove the image as I keep talking. Okay, so grateful to have been on here with you all and to have met you. You're all such a wonderful part of my day and of my life now. If this app does sunset for us in the US, please find me on YouTube at Nisey Reads. We're all gonna continue chatting on the lives there. If you want to be in the group chat, we'll do it on YouTube. But feel free to join on IG or Twitch if that makes sense to you. Have a lovely night. Bye, y'all. Ashley, I'm so glad you came. Bye, Stella. Bye. Let me see. I have the list of everyone who's still on here. Give me a hot minute. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Yes, top viewers. Belle. Bye, Belle. Alyssa made it. Yay. And Nikki and Raven and Crafty Creative, Blue, Bing Bing, Kelsey, Maria, of course. I don't know if Edie was here, but Donna. Oh, y'all are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad. Have a good night.